We are barely 50 followers away from catching our Giants channel on Rumble. 849 versus an even 900. Let's get that changed. I want to catch our Giants channel, win my bet with Marshall Green, and rub it in his face about how the Cowboys channel's better on YouTube, Rumble, and we're not a terrible football team either. So help us out. Go follow us for free at rumble.com/CowboysTV. You're watching the Dallas Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey, and today's video is a look at the known pre-draft visits for the Dallas Cowboys, specifically the top 30 visits. Now, it's not really top. If you're wondering, what on earth are you talking about, the 30 visits? Allow me to explain. Each NFL team gets up to 30 pre-draft visits to host prospects at their facilities. Now, these are not counted if they are a local prospect, college, or high school, so the Dallas Day guys don't count here. There are different reasons and why and how teams use them. Some teams draft a couple players, if that, each year off of the pre-drafted visit. For example, 2019, the Cowboys drafted 3 players and signed 3 more as UDFAs off that visit list. It is not a guarantee the Cowboys will draft a player, or even after the visit, that they still like them. It means there's some interest, or they want to find something out about a prospect and prospects. So it is a good list to indicate what positions and about where the Cowboys are looking to draft that particular spot to an extent. So let's run through all of the pre-draft visits here for the Cowboys by position. Malik Davis, the Florida running back, 3 receivers, all of them potential first-rounders. Treylon Burks, Drake London, and Chris Olave. 4 tight ends, all mid-ish round guys, of course. Cade Otton out of Washington, Jeremy Ruckert out of Ohio State, Jelani Woods from Virginia, and Jalen Wydermyer out of Texas A&M. Some offensive linemen. First up, 2 tackles, Charles Cross and Bernhard Raimann. Cross probably not there. Raimann could be. Both potential round 1 picks. Joshua Ezeudu out of North Carolina. And then offensive guards Kenyon Green and Zion Johnson. Both of them are prime potential first-round picks. 2 later centers, Cam Jurgens from Nebraska and Dawson Deaton out of Texas Tech. DeMarvin Leal out of A&M leads a group of 3 interior defensive tackles, along with Perion Winfrey and Jordan Davis. David Anini out of Houston. Myjai Sanders out of Cincinnati. Elite name alert, Luigi Villain out of Wake. It's a great name. We can call him Villain if we want. Sam Williams, plus some linebackers. Devin Harper, Oklahoma State. James Houston from Jackson State. Devin Lloyd out of Utah. Quay Walker from Georgia. Darren Bland from Fresno. And finally, Marquise Bell out of Florida A&M, the impactful safety who tested well at the Combine. So who do you want the Dallas Cowboys to draft this year? This could be round 1 or later round, guys. Let me know right now in the comments section. Let's go more in depth on each prospect now, beginning with the wide receivers. And it does feel noteworthy that the Cowboys have brought in only 3 receivers, all of whom could be their first-round pick, and they would not have a chance of getting in the second round. This is Treylon Burks, Drake London, and Chris Olave. 3 very different styles of wide receiver. Burks is going to be best, I think, in the slot, built more like an X receiver, but he's an after-the-catch nightmare. He was used, not a great player comparison, but was used like Deebo Samuel was at Arkansas, where they put him in the backfield, gave him handoffs as well. Drake London is a bigger-bodied outside wide receiver threat. Think more of your Mike Williams of the LA Chargers. He actually had the most catches out of all 3 players on this list. And Olave's got the best speed of the group and is the best route runner. There is a very real chance that one of these 3 names on the list is the Cowboys' first-round pick. They are looking wide receiver early and offensive guard early. More on that in a minute. So pick a receiver for me. If these are the 3 guys the Cowboys could take in round 1, I doubt Jamison Williams and Garrett Wilson are there after all. Pick one. Maybe it's picked for you and there's only one guy left. Type TB for Burks, DL for London, or CO for Chris Olave. Now, there are other first-round picks we'll get to on this list, but these 2 guards are also firmly in the mix as a possible round 1 pick for the Dallas Cowboys. There's Zion Johnson out of Boston College and Kenyon Green from A&M, both of whom I'm big fans of, and I would not be mad if that was the pick in round 1. Frankly, I'd say it's a good pick. Now, Johnson sustains his blocks really well. He's a very impressive athlete. I didn't like him as much on film, though, as I did Kenyon Green, who's got great length, really good power, but didn't test the same level of athlete that Zion Johnson did. So, either works for me. These are guards 1 and 2, and their tags are touching, meaning they've pretty much got the same grade from me, but I will have to stack them at some point. So pick one for me. Who would you take in round 1 if you're going to take a left guard? Because you ain't getting these guys in round 2. Not a chance. KJ for Kenyon Green, or KG, excuse me, for Kenyon Green, or ZJ for Zion Johnson. Let me know right now in the comment section. Let's go to the edges here. Myjai Sanders, who was listed at 255, was 228-ish at the combine because he was sick, and then bulked back up to 248. He's not quite as big, by the way, as the listed size. Kind of funny how sometimes that ends up happening, right, that the size is a lie from the organization. His pressure numbers are fantastic, but he does need to be a better finisher than what he was at Cincinnati. Just 2.5 sacks despite being a 17.4-ish% pressure rate guy. Sam Williams, who we've talked about before on the channel, out of Ole Miss. Again, both these guys probably that late second, early third round range. Maybe you get lucky and one of them slides to you in the third round. I think that's about where the Cowboys are looking for edges this year, in that type of range. Second round, maybe third round. They could wait to the fourth if the value isn't quite there. Williams, you got to trust the off the field. So I think Sanders, they wanted to see what his weight was at. Williams, I think they wanted to see what he is, personal-wise. He's got the off-field stuff that has to be vetted if you're going to take an otherwise very talented early down edge rusher, or early impact edge rusher who needs a lot of work in the run game. Now, if you want the best Cowboys draft videos, we've got less than a month into the draft. We're going to hit it pretty much every single day in some capacity, and we'll, of course, be live for the draft and break down each and every single pick. If you want that, come to the right spot. Hit that big red button and subscribe right now. 4 tight ends on the visit list. Again, trying to figure out why they've got interest. Well, they might draft all these guys. Cade, Otton, Jeremy Ruckert had the least amount of production of these 4 guys up here. Otton was banged up. Ruckert is currently banged up. Both guys not healthy. Ruckert wasn't used that much as a pass catcher because, well, OSU has all the receivers. They didn't throw the ball to him in pretty much any capacity. Otton, I think, is a better route runner than he's given credit for, but the Washington offense just sucked. Woods is the high-end athlete of this group who had the best production out of all 4. Now, he's really big. I think he kind of runs like a giraffe sometimes. The legs are kind of flying around out there. But Woods is the more premier athlete. Otton and Ruckert, clearly this team is looking 3rd round, 4th round at tight end options. Jalen Wydermyer, I think they brought him in. You bring these guys in to find out something about them, right? I think for Wydermyer, they brought him in to see why the hell he tested so poorly. 6'4"-ish, just under it, 255, pretty good size there. A 5-second 40-yard dash is cheeks. A 25.5 vertical jump is even worse than that. And I think what the Cowboys are going to ask him, all right, Jalen, are you satisfied with that? Because if the answer is yes, it's okay. He doesn't give a shit about football. And I don't think Wydermyer is this level of bad athlete on film. I don't think he is. Which makes me wonder, was he working that hard? Because he should have tested better than this. Why did he test bad? Is he not healthy? Okay. Or did he not quite train the way he needed to? If that's the case, it's a good player to bring in and figure that out. 3 interior defensive linemen. Jordan Davis, who I'd love to get, but I don't think he's going to be on the board in round 1. And some late second, third-ish round guys in DeMarvin Leal and Perrion Winfrey. Now, Winfrey, I thought, has had a better pre-draft process, athletic testing-wise, Senior Bowl in particular. I was pretty underwhelmed by Leal. Clearly, this team is open to getting some more defensive line help. I'd be happy with that. Also not going to get my hopes up. I think they will look at other positions. But these are 3 names to keep an eye out for, as the Cowboys like the A&M boys this year for whatever reason. Now, Jordan Davis might be your answer to who is your dream first-round pick. I want to hear from you guys. Head into the comments section. Let me know who your dream first-round pick is this year. Who do you desperately want this to be good? Even if it's not realistic, let me know in the comments. I want to hit these 3 guys here again. The 2 linebackers, Devin Lloyd and Quay Walker. Lloyd could be there round 1, and Walker I think would be a great round 2 pick. But again, despite the Cowboys saying, yeah, we don't view linebackers as a big need. They're showing some interest there. Marquise Bell, the Florida A&M safety. Fast, athletic, loves to hit north-south, not good in coverage, and misses too many tackles. But day 3, there's definitely some value there. The 5 other offensive linemen the Cowboys brought in. Charles Cross, I would love that pick in round 1. I do not think he gets that far down, but it's worth mentioning. Joshua Ezeudu out of North Carolina. I didn't love him at North Carolina. I know that, for example, Chad Royd of NFL.com loves him. I think he'd be a reach in round 2 or round 3. Cam Jurgens is Tyler Linderbaum light this year. A bit not quite as proven, but similar athletic ability, a bit undersized too. I am intrigued by Jurgens as a 4th round pick. Dawson Deaton is a kind of day 3 center depth option. Bernhard Raimann out of Central Michigan, who I think should maybe be a right tackle in the NFL. He's 25 years old. He's older than I think you would like him to be, but he's great athlete, and flashed a lot. At Central Michigan, it's just he's an older prospect who needs more time. That concerns me. Jurgens, by the way, could be a nice competitor for Tyler Biadasz if you want to spend another top 140-ish pick on a center, but not a premium pick there. Good year at Nebraska. Really good athlete, but like Linderbaum, he's undersized at just 290. Now, what is your confidence level in the Dallas Cowboys drafting? Overall, relative to other NFL teams, they do a good job. They really do. So scale it for me. Be honest. 1 to 10, how confident are you in the Cowboys drafting? These last 6 guys I'm grouping together versus by position because there's one thing they have in common. These were your non-combine invites. That, in general, means they're probably not going to get drafted, but the Cowboys having interest, that means to me they like them as late-round picks or undrafted free agents. That's often how they use some of these non-combine invites. Malik Davis, I was not impressed by at Florida. Poor production, poor athlete. David Anini, I think, could be a bit of a sleeper as a UDFA. Kind of had a breakout year, but he's older. A couple older prospects on this list, including Devin Harper and James Houston. Houston's kind of a tweener, linebacker, edge. I'm sure you can get some good insight from Deion Sanders on him. Luigi Villain, the Wake former Michigan transfer, again, late breakout, but really exploded this year. So it's a common thread on those guys, late career breakouts. Darren Bland out of Fresno, too. I would be surprised if he gets drafted. So keep an eye out for these guys as UDFA options.